Hi, I'm Tom Hignite. I'm in Fon Du Lac today with another gorilla video. We're shooting this without any special light, obviously. We're going to be shooting into the sun, out of the sun, into windows that are blinding you, and with no script. We're not going to turn off the camera unless we have battery problems or have some special issue. All right? What we're looking at here is a customized home. This home took forever for us to build it. At least that's what it seemed like for us, and I'm sure for the client as well, although the client's been very nice about it. This is a customized home, and it's based off of our our 1500, but it really got blown up. It's so much bigger than 1500 square foot ranch, and it has an upstairs to it, a downstairs, a lot of special things. So I really am excited to show this to you today. The clients are moving in here very shortly. I love this side of the house. You're looking at the right elevation of the house. Let's walk closer, see if you can follow us. We've got a lot of wind here today, so sorry about that. That's one of those things on guerrilla shooting. No microphone screens, so just keep on coming closer. But what you're seeing here is an upstairs. You can see the 4 vents that we kind of put on these windows up here, above the windows, excuse me. And look at how we did the window treatments. We have the bars on top, 2 bars or grids on the windows, on each window. And you're seeing here is a mixture of obscured glass, that means glass you can't see through, and that'd be the 3 on the bottom, which by the way is the master bathtub and bath room area for the toilet area. And you're seeing the side of the garage over here on this side, and that protrusion at that end is actually an indoor lap pool. So let's go around the front side. You can keep walking, see my back side as we go around to the front side here. Oh, the wind, the wind. Careful not to trip as you come by there. No driveway in yet. This is sort of an overgrown house right now. Very high weeds. The dumpsters were just removed, it looks like. I haven't been up here in probably a week or so. We did send up a cleaning crew, so I think that we're good there. But come on in. Follow me. Let's hope that we're good there, because we're walking into the house without any preconceived notions of how many lights are on in the house. But let's stop here. This is a canted garage. Canted garages are starting to become popular, where it comes off of the house on a 45-degree angle. You can see we have sort of an influence here of a couple of different things happening in the craftsman or arts and crafts style. We've placed a brick column and some brick columns here that have slants to them. These windows up here are false windows. You can see there's a carriage house style garage doors, the triple front entry garage. The canted garage gives a bigger presence to the front of the house rather than just having the garage sticking out this far at a 90-degree angle. Going up to the front door, come on up, you can kind of get a good idea. We've used 2 different types of siding. This siding on the bottom is a Dutch lap style. It has a little angle to it and then a flat. The style up above it is a traditional, we call a double 4 inches reveal. You can look at what we did here with some lighting underneath. You won't be able to see this today, but we've got lighting, can lights underneath in various spots around here to give it some nice pop. Every side of this house has something going on. This is not a house where we forgot about one side. So we can walk through the rubble. Before we go inside, I want to show you the left side elevation. We were looking at the right side elevation. This is the side that has all of our equipment on it, our gas, our electric meter, our air conditioning. And just look at the detail here though, how there's brick carried around to that corner, brick on this corner, the 3 windows, the 4 windows on top, the way that we put our quad vents, or 4 of those vents up on top, the way we've separated our materials. We've used the stripe of color on the bottom, the stripe of color kind of middle through, and then the green up on top, the green here. It just has a really nice pleasing balance to it. Again, we've got a light on each side, so the light will come down. There's security cameras right up here, security camera on the other side as well. So we won't look at the back of the house, we'll save you that. Let me go get the key here. Let's see if I can get in, and I think I can. Here we are. Got the key, and open up the house. We don't have the final front door lock on yet. We want to save that until the very, very end so that we are not going to be scratching anything up. Hello? Turn on some lights here. There we go. Let me hit these lights on too, as long as we're in here. Stay right there for a moment. I'm going to give you some distance so you can see how far away this is. Let me just hit a couple of lights here, and here, and here. And we have another one here. And I'm going to hit on some other lights. You take a look at the room from left to right. Look at the fireplace on your far side there. And okay, sorry about that. Let's get you back by the door again and look down on the floor. These little specks are because we have some areas we want to touch up. We have the painter coming tomorrow to do some touch-ups. Look at how we've alternated our floor's color. We have a medium wood and a darker wood, kind of doing a stripe effect, okay? Now when you look at this round circle, which is about an 8.5, 9 foot diameter, you need to come in here and see what we have above here. Take a look above. This is a little bit disorienting because I know you're so close, but we've done a drywall technique where we have this groove put in. Look at the chandelier way up on top. That's a balcony. That's on a second floor. This is a lofted ranch. It's a ranch home. Gorgeous light fixture the owners picked. You can see that we have this curved track lighting that is going around here. And this is complicated because track lighting is made to put flat on a ceiling. So we had these, our carpenter Tom, craftsman that he is, made these hollow areas, and some of these are solid for use, made out of wood, painted up very nice. And this is all a smooth paint. You can see we're using a unique corner here with this curve. And then those are drywall cut-ins, these concentric circle, look kind of like a big corrugated cardboard tube going up. And then the X at the top, which kind of is, again, made out of the insets of drywall. So you're looking up about 18 feet or so from where you are. And if you look at how, let's just spin around here and look at the front door, at how we've repeated this. I'm going to touch some lights over here. Okay. Look at how we've repeated the idea here on the ceiling. We've done this in a house before with this basic layout, which is where the client saw it in Milwaukee, but this wasn't nearly this wide. This was about this narrow. They really did some nice things. They wanted this room a little bigger, so we just made it a little bigger. Look at what we did over here with the drywall. This is all drywall product, but this was all done with plaster, so it's not really a drywall finish. Up in Fon Du Lac area and Oshkosh, Green Bay, these are all areas that are still heavy with plaster. This client also wanted something in the way of an office. So if you step over here by the front door again, and please forgive the mess we've got here a little bit, but you can see we've got a folding chair here for the moment. But they wanted a lot of spaces to put books. So here we have created this pocket office. You look at the ceiling again, how we've created that round effect. So we've got a round piece here. We have these beautiful cabinets here that are one of the higher end Marilat lines that they have. And look at what we did with the floor now, how we've aim down there and see how this is, again, the lights and the darks together, along with the ceramic tile. This is grout here, but this is a caulk because it wants to expand and contract. Look at what we did with the countertop here. See how it curves. We've picked this beautiful handle sets that I think look very Frank Lloyd Wright, kind of have an organic feel to them. You can see how we've done some backlighting up here. These are going to be, the shelf will be out of here because this is not supposed to have a shelf. Hopefully, it's up for the owner to how they want to do it, but I'd put a plant or a vase here, a vessel or a vase in each one of these, so it just is a good decor sort of a thing. But this big desk here allows them to look out. I want to trade places with you. I want you to stand back here and just get kind of a proximity to where you are. Remember, the front door is over here. You have the 2 windows here. And again, if you just kind of look up from where you are there, it's kind of neat. And now stay right where you are and go down. Check at that. We're going to get you real dizzy. We have the bookcases down here. These are actually bookcases made for a wall, and we've mounted them very low. So you're seeing some of the detail with the plasterwork. We've done the square corners, the angled tops, angled bottoms, and we took the sill for the window and followed the angle as well. So now come back in the kitchen, stand right up, by the front door there. Kitchen, my goodness, I'm getting confused already. We've got this circle going on where you saw the big cutout up above, and it looks like I turned off the lights. Stay right there. You don't have to focus on me here. I want to get the lights back on. There we go. And look at what we did here. This has all been beautifully put together. When you take and put a circle like this into straight laid wood floor like this can't just be placed here. That all has to be put in with a spline. It's kind of a tongue and groove idea, so that's not going to work over time. Beautiful lines done here. Just beautiful lines when you look at the way this carpet is put in. These folks chose some fantastic carpet. Out of deference to that, I'm not going to forget about taking off my shoes. So you have a floor outlet here for a future piece of furniture, but this will be furnished by putting couches or whatnot here and there. And take a look at what we did to the wall over here. I think this is kind of fun. I'm going to hit on these lights and see if I can show you something there. This is about a 80-inch TV. This is sized for 100-inch. We've gone in here and look at some of the architectural detail we did. We have a second layer of drywall here, so it creates that circle effect going all the way to the ground. Squared that off for the base. Did a small groove here, so we could change our white, tan, different color tan. Over here, you have a built-in, which I think is rather nice, just a little holding space. And stand in that corner right by that built-in, get a different view of the room. See how that is? I like to get that 4-corner view eventually. Okay, this is the great room area. This is the subwoofer for the TV. They've got the surround sounds put in. And come on over here again and take a look at how we've done the rest of this. We did a plant shelf. A lot of this is created when you're in the field. This is not actually on the print, but this is something, in looking at it, that we said it'd be nice to have that white color, because we have white on those ceiling circles on that side of the room. We wanted to bring that white color into this side of the room. So we created this again with the smooth. And look at what we did with the mantle, all made out of drywall. These clients opted to put a outlet up here, which works out nice for things that might be on top of the mantle. Traditional gas heating fireplace, and triple windows. We kind of curve the brick to go around. This is a cultured stone. Thank you. So the curve again, just this little detail of this curve coming in here and following up here, following up over the plant shelf. Just a lot of detail there. Now, stand by the fireplace. We want to try to get that, as I said, 4 corners of the room. So I'm going to go in the kitchen, and this time I did mean to say kitchen. I'm going to go in the kitchen and show you how this looks. The person at the kitchen counter can really see a lot of things in here. So they're able to see the fireplace, the TV, everybody that's socializing. This is supposed to be a table area. Now you could put a big, centerpiece here, but it kind of wastes space. This is a small table, game table, 3-4 person table. Over here we have space for a huge table. And this would handle a 6-person seating. And then over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 people around this curved counter. Let's come on in and look at the kitchen a little bit. The kitchen has this wonderful circle effect going on. And I'm going to hit on a light back here if you don't mind. If I can find it, that is. There it is. I design the homes, I build the homes, and then I have trouble finding the light switches for the homes. There we go. This is a pantry over here. I'm going to close that door. This is the back laundry room. I'm going to close that door for the moment. This client opted to put this wonderfully large range, which at first I thought was going to be a problem because we're working with circles, and you go 6 inches wider or even 4 inches wider than normal, it's a problem. But here, thanks to, again, our carpenter Tom and our putting our heads together to try to figure this out, you can see there's a lot of nice things like pull-out drawers. This client opted for some wonderfully expressive handles. This is all solid maple joined type cabinetry. Look at the handles. It's really fun to work with clients of every price range, but this client in particular was very fun to work with because of the fact that they really did want to do something nice. They wanted to do something different. Here's some knife dividers. They just didn't want to have the standard house. This was a very difficult thing to build. This is a square cabinet here. Notice how it's white because it's going with the ceiling white, and how it makes this circle with this 1/4 inch wood, but yet it's square on the bottom because it's a square base. Our man, again, our carpenter Tom, really sweated the details and got this right. We've done this before one other time, and it was right, but this is much righter. Does that make sense? Just very well done. This client had to opt for a little bit smaller refrigerator. We thought we could get a 36 in. I think it's still in the basement. But they ultimately opted for, I think it's a 33 or a 32 inch wide. Doors that could stay open against the wall areas. Again, we've carried that white effect. If you look at the ceiling, how we've done that circle with just that little drop of drywall, and again, the groove in the middle that I was trying to point out in the foyer, that's on all of our ceiling circles. The curved track light, those are 9 feet long, and we'll go down below again, look at the kitchen area, the sink area. Look at these handles. We didn't put them in the center. They just look so much neater in this direction. They pull out all the way. They opted for a beautiful sink area here. One of the things that's a little different here, our friends at Midwest Tops was able to help with this real nicely, is that the owner wanted a little bit deeper sink, and we just wanted something that looked a little different. So they actually put a few more layers of Corian here to really bring this down. And then since the air gap had to be elevated off of here in case this fills up with water, they put this elevated air gap. Very technical stuff, but believe me, that was not an easy thing to get accomplished. So very tasteful faucet that the owner's wife picked out. Did a great job on that. Large bowl, small bowl, all Corian. They didn't go with the granite because the Corian, I think, just looks better in this application. Very exotic looking, doesn't have that high shine to it, which some people are getting a little tired of, myself maybe included. Bosch appliances over there. The pantry over here, again, a little door bumper down here. We've gone with the striped wood. Every time you see a circle over the ceiling, we've imitated it on the floor with this striped light dark wood effect. A nice setback area for the door here. And you can see the California closet organizers that were chosen for this area, how this is done with a little water outlet over here. This is a mini counter, as it were. So there's a space there to do some things down the road. You can see how we did not put wood on the side here. This is all done with a sort of a contemporary look to it. Just very clean. No wood over the top other than a piece to hide the track. Speaker over here for a rear speaker in the room. And there you're seeing the big tube that looks up so dramatically when you come in. Let's see, which direction shall we go first here? Next here. I want you to stand way in that corner over there and look. I'm going to give you a sense of distance again. We'll try to do the 4 corners effect over here. Okay, there's the distance. I want to go in the swimming pool room. I know I'd save that for a grand finale normally, but I just am so anxious to do it. Come on over into this area. Take a look again at how we've treated the floor with the lights and the darks and how that's all been cut in. There's lots of decisions that have to be made. Lots of little artistic decisions, and these are not lightly made. They're discussed and they're pondered. Like, for example, how does this ceramic tile, turn my back to you, going to work? This is a patio door, and normally this would be the end of the house. The client early on decided, after we had the house nearly finished on design phase 1, decided they wanted this. So here you see This ceramic tile was put in once and then ripped out because it was, communication is everything, and I don't recall whose communication was not correct on that one, but I'm going to take this out of here because this should not be here to begin with. Should open that up a little wider. But we want the tile to look like it goes right through. So stand over here. See how this grout line goes directly through? And it looks like these tile pieces are all just flowing through, and this was just placed on top. That has to be planned out because grout lines have to work with the grout lines in here. This circle, we want it to pick up the circle. So if you look over here, you can see that this grout line here picks up the circle right here. We used a little bit darker shade of grout. And you see how that goes. This is going to be a furniture area over here. So we're going to put a piece of furniture, at least I think the owners are going to. I haven't seen their furniture yet, but another one here. They just put the water recently into the pool. This is a lap pool, approximately 8 by 15 feet. It was supposed to be 16, but they wanted a little more room on that end, so it's custom pool, so they put that in. It's all been excavated out. Stand in that corner over there if you would. This will be a drain here. I have the drain in my car. I have to remember to bring that in. And you can see how deep this room is. Hope I don't fall in. So this is all done in cedar, a knotty cedar, which is very different because it's a contemporary home. But you can see how we've run our cedar on an angle to try to pick up the angle of these windows. This is angled as well to try to pick that up. We have speakers out here. There's a TV hookup over here. So right where you are, you could be sitting on that end of the pool or sitting in the furniture end where you're standing now and have a big screen TV anywhere in this area on an articulating arm. There's an exit over here. There's another exit right behind you. This is all ceramic tile. And over here is a bathroom. And take a look at the door color. It's the first time I'm seeing it, actually. I haven't been up here since they painted it. Again, a lot of choice, a lot of thought given to, well, let's try to pick the color that's in the wood and put it into the door. So that's how that ended up. Be real careful not to step back and get the cameraman wet here. But this actually has a sensor that goes on by motion. These clients were, there we go, waterfall faucet. These clients were very big on that sort of thing. 48% humidity right now. We should be it's a little high. We should try to get that lower. Gorgeous fixtures. Look at that fixture. Tried to pick up the color here, this dark wood, of what was in the cabinet. Again, with the really nice fixtures you saw for the handles. This is a 3-piece drawer front. A lot of times this is just a slab, but you can see there's a piece here, and a piece here. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. So this is all pieced together. This is a metallic countertop. I don't know if you can catch that or not, but and a little bit of a metallic mirror. The owners would bring some mirrors over. I'd be happy to go out shopping with them if they wanted to, but they didn't need me for that. They brought 3 or 4 mirror choices, and we all kind of voted on which ones we liked. So we picked everything out, kind of decided what height, toilet paper holders, where everything went. You see over here we have, this client actually has a heating system in the floor. This is all done by hydronic heat on this floor and in the basement. His brother does hydronic heating, did a wonderful, wonderful job of it. And over here, this is a hydronic heated towel rack. So he might not have done this had he not had a brother that was in this line of work. But this little details, if you can take a peek around here, just at the door bumper, for example, how beautiful that looks with the door bumper, because it's the chrome with the chrome. We're trying to use a lot of chrome in this house. You see things like the shower heads and the bath fan up there as being a high capacity. We have a lot of professional thought gone into the HVAC of this house. Yes, if you can get over to that side. If you look up at the ceiling, once you get over there, don't fall in now, you can see the ducting here. Here's another one of the heated towel racks here, but how this goes here and down here. This is on its own zoning system for heat and cooling in here. It's going to have a magnificent view of this lake in back of us. It's not much of a lake, but hey, it's a lake. And it's a man-made lake for this subdivision. So there you get the idea of that. If you want to walk back again, please be careful. And I just want you to stand by the door as you come in and just kind of get a view of how these windows look. I think the windows are fairly fantastic, you know, the way that these windows all came out, and the view of the lake over there. Left enough space here so if you were careful you could wash the windows, ran the tile flush right into the window frames, and it's there's a sitting area on this side of the pool. I don't know if I mentioned that, so you could sit on this side in the water and watch the TV and see the view. One of the problems with this design, originally the client wanted to come straight out with the design, straight out with this big swimming pool room. Would have worked just fine. But when you come into the house, let's go back into the great room over here. I want you to see the view through the front window. When you come into the house, stand over by the foyer. Your first impression of a house is so important. Your first 30 seconds, if you're selling a house, is what usually sells the house. You see here how you can see a little bit of that right wall. But now imagine if that right wall would have gone out 30 feet or 25 feet more. You would have lost the lake. You would have seen the lake just a little bit on this side. The further you go in the house, the better it gets. So if you're standing here, that side wall essentially disappears. I call it tunnel vision, and what it means is if we put a long wall here and a long wall there, you're looking through a tunnel, and we want to try to stop that. So to get this long protrusion on the back of the house that doesn't give you this losing half of the lake tunnel vision, where your main view coming in the front door should be to see that lake, we've really tried to keep this very limited to how much wall was here, just enough so you could get out. Now, if you look over here, you can see that the room has slanted out in this direction. So the majority of the room, the pool's going away from the house on a slant, and that's why we've avoided the tunnel vision. This is a built-in, a lot of built-ins, Corey on top again. This is for the DVD player and electronics for that 80-inch TV over there. One day to be a 100-inch TV, hopefully. We'll see. It's kind of funny, as you build a home, the home's kind of become your own home for a while. It's not my home, but it feels like it is in many ways, because so much of you goes into it. When you look at this area here, this is a great spot for a desk. As we were building this house, we said, you know what? We've got an alcove here. We have some dead space. We could put an alcove here. But rather than just put an alcove there, I mean, you can put an alcove in a lot of spots, but it doesn't mean it makes architectural sense. When you walk in the front door, it has to look like it isn't just something that was tagged on and thought of as an afterthought, which in fact it was. But if you step back by the front door yet one more time, getting you dizzy going back to that spot, you'll see we also added another alcove here. Now, by bookending this with two alcoves, again, if I'm decorating this as a model, and I would suggest the client put a tall piece of vase or a floral that's identical to the one over there, so that it really bookends your entrance into this wonderful pool area. Let's go into the master bedroom. That's right around the corner here. You can see that we've got this little protrusion wall hanging out, and I'm going to hit on some of the lights. Just if I can, here we go. All right, well, come on in. And here what you're looking at, I want you to really look at the ceiling. The ceiling here has this, I don't know, organic football shape, a boat shape maybe, some people have called it. But you can see what we've done here. This is a wonderfully exotic shape, kind of coming in like this, going over the top of this wall. And over here, we've carved out of this, I like to treat this as sculpture. So this is like one big stone area. We've carved out this headboard piece. This built-in headboard, which would be the bed, a king-size bed, is just looks like we've carved a piece out of the stone here for that. You can see on the floor, if I move this cardboard, how we imitate it. the ceiling area on the floor, how the baseboard curves with it, and the same way on this side. See how that goes right through the door. This is the master closet, by the way. This is where the TV goes. Spot over here for your long dresser, spot over here for your tall dresser, you know, if you needed it. And the bathroom over here, I think, is fairly wonderful, as is most everything in the house. The piece for the access to the tub is over here. We used a clip-on piece here, so that can clip right on there. But double tub here, obscured glass windows. Remember when we were on the outside, I pointed out the 3 windows? 1, 2, the third one's actually over to this side in the next room, which is the toilet room. But see this wonderful tile selection they made to go around this area. Look at what was happening here with the sinks. The sinks, we wanted to have this exotic curved front to it, kind of came out. And this was an idea, again, that was had on what I call on the fly. And this piece here, made out of Corian, was shaped to go with this. This client has something I really think is fun. Let's see if this works. Blue light means that you have cold water, okay? Let's go this way. Green light means you're good to go. That water, oh, that's red because I have it way over, so it now got hot. Too hot now. So you try to go in between the in between the blue, which is cold, and in between the red, which is hot, and see if I can get a green to come up. These aren't 100% perfect. There we go. Now it's good for you to go. So nice little waterfall effect. Beautiful. This was a lot of work here, trying to figure out what height these should come at, because you can see these when you walk in the front door. We didn't want this to be so high when you came in the entrance to the door to the master bedroom, excuse me. The client picked, again, just some gorgeous handle sets with little jewels in them. Some great fixtures. Again, this is the bathroom area, the toilet area I want you to see. So, whoops, excuse me. There we go. Toilet area here. It seems like it's very open. Again, we didn't put the wood on this side, but you look at that and obscured glass on the bottom. If you step over just a bit, we have towel rack. These are not towel racks, excuse me. These are magazine holders or book holders. This is for their vacuum here. Okay, it just pulls right out of the wall. And little cubbies again here. This was a point of discussion because this was originally just supposed to be a drywall cubby, and ultimately we said, boy, this is perfect for toilet paper and for some whatnots. And then you have the pocket door here, which is a wonderful piece. And this area here, one of my favorite areas, if I can find the light for it, around the corner here, I believe, and I could be wrong for that. Well, come on in without the light because I'm not going to hunt around for it. But get your eyes used to this. This is quite the shower. Look at the rain shower heads. The clients picked these beautiful rain shower heads. They light up. I'm going to turn one on just so you can kind of see it light up. Whoops, wrong one. Here, let's get this one. There's one. When it gets to be a certain temperature, there's the other one. This is a lay-down shower. You can lay down here and take a shower and the rain falls right on you. 2 shower heads. There's this beautiful rack over here for towel warming. And then soap insets or shampoo insets over here. Just a wonderful, another shampoo inset on the other side. Why don't you head on in there and I'll, let's see. Well, if I can get the light over here, it might be one of the, there it is. I'm sorry, I finally got the light over here. So there you see the lay down shower, the beautiful tile that matches what's on the tub. And again, very tastefully picked. A lot of these things were done by the owner. We just kind of knew the palette we were going with, and they just did a wonderful job on a lot of this. So here we go. Let's go out of here. And again, out of deference to energy bills all over the world, I will turn off some of the lights as I go out. We have a little door over here that kind of closes that off. And let's go through the master closet. Master closet, this client has done some wonderful things with the California closet organizers, and a lot of hanging. They put some hooks over here, which is very fun. That's kind of a surprise item. Little tie hooks here. Nice big mirror over here for use with getting dressed. The metal rods, I'm going to wear very well. Some more hanging over here. Just a wonderful area. And look what it leads into. If you recall, I'll look at the ceiling too while we're at it. Step over here and look at the opposites. Let's look from the opposite side of the closet. Look up at the ceiling, see how that meets with that fun drywall idea. In this room over here, this is the laundry room. And the laundry room has an entrance directly from the closet. So you're going right from the master closet into the laundry room. Open this door up. Get some light in here. And the owners, again, wanted early on this to have a locker area or a hanging area. So if you look over here, since you're in that angle, they picked out a beautiful mirror for here, did a deep sink, created this flowing countertop. We have some of the nicer handles. I love these handles. And I was honored that they brought me along for the picking of these things, because they did a really, really good team effort here. And you can see over here how this has been formed. There's enough room here to put a countertop if they wanted to do that, but they've chosen the high bases so that they would be able to get these elevated up. And little hanging up there, or a little hanging spot if need be. But let's look over here. We have the little phone charger area, spot for your mail slots, a few things here. You have the pocket door going into the master closet. And let's trade positions. You're able to bring your groceries right in from the garage, but I want you to see the garage, or to see it from this angle, because this is a beautiful cabinet arrangement. And the owner of this wanted to have a cubby hole down here to put shoes underneath. A lot of times we would block that off, but this is what we call, we're building your home with our suggestions, but you pick what you want. And I think she did a good choice there. Here you have something fun, I think. This garage does not step out onto a step right here. It goes even, all right? And if you come on out, take a peek, you'll see the big garage. They picked some glorious lights, more so than I would have ever picked. But I just think they're so bright, it really lights up the room. It's a heated garage. It has just a tremendous amount of space in it. These cabinets were from the inside of the house. These were going to be part of a different project inside that ultimately didn't happen. But if we get a reverse angle on the stairs, take a look at how this was done. The reverse angle on the stairs was done, you're seeing now, is we did a step up here, so you're flush going in. And the reasoning was, in the future, if you ever had to do a wheelchair ramp, you could start that ramp from here and go through those cabinets, which are just sitting there, and you could walk off here on a wheelchair ramp. And the biggest problem you have with ramps is trying to get in and out of that door. So we set this with a square edge here, so you could go out that way. This is a fully finished garage, and if you look here, really nice job finishing off the stairs. They did a little side job with our painter on this to be able to get all this painted. So this is all really clean, nice look. And I'm really happy with the way that this came out. So let's go into the house. I'll turn off the lights here as we go. And I'm going to close the door here. Let's go look at the kids' bedrooms on the other side of the house. You having fun? I know I am. But this is sort of the last time I'm going to probably get to see this house before it gets completely decorated. And hopefully it won't be. I can come back and visit. But big closet here, again with the California closet organizers in it. The house was supposed to have wire organizers, and they kind of picked with a house of this stature, I think they made the right choice there as well. When you come in the front door get you back to there again. We just keep doing this, don't we? I want you to look at something else we're doing here, trying to get balance. There's an angled wall here. This angled built-in doesn't have to be here structurally, but it stops you from seeing into some bedrooms. It also gives you a spot to put a piece of artwork on an angle to where you are. This wall here, again, bookending is what I call it, gives you another angled wall to put a piece of artwork. And again, if I'm decorating the house, I'm putting whatever artwork is here is repeated over there, a different, frame the same and basically the same type of weights and colors, different picture. I don't want to just duplicate the same thing, but just beautifully bookending the way in. You get the bookending back there with those two alcoves we talked about. Just so much interest going on. Didn't I say we were going to the kids' bedrooms? Well, let's do that. Kids' bedrooms over here. It's always nice to see some things moving in as we go through here. Take a look. This room here, again, we wanted to do some fun with it. We created some things on the fly. This is circles. You notice the big circle here. And this is made out of built-out drywall. If you come over here, it's a little hard to see from where you are, but you'll see how we built a second layer of drywall out there. Okay? And if you look right kind of behind you here, you'll see how we built out this second layer of drywall as well. And that second layer of drywall goes all the way back to here and goes all the way down here. Now, I don't have the light in there yet, but there's going to be an uplight, just one you can buy at Menards or a Home Depot, and stick one in the corner and just create a shaft of light in that corner, kind of hidden behind here. This was all created where originally this was just supposed to be nothing with the circles in this room, and we said, let's do something fun, let's do something different. So here we have this big room. Speaking of fun and different, you might know I've got a little bit of a Disney affinity over the years. This, come on closer. Let me see if the batteries are in here. I'm going to press that one. I'm going to press that one. Looks like the batteries are in the one, but not work. Look at that. Can you get real close? If you've been to Disneyland or Disney World, these are the hitchhiking ghosts in the Haunted Mansion ride. I just pressed this one button, the light turned on. And this is a vignette, a little shadow box. They sell these at Disney World or Disneyland, and they're not cheap. They're $100 or $125 or even $200 a piece. They're made to sit on a table. And I saw these and said, you know what? That would look great in a wall if you could. I like the frame. If you could then kind of fool people. So we had these nice frames kind of made and painted up. And let's see over here. Star Wars with Mickey and Goofy fighting it out. And here's another Pirates of the Caribbean one. The lights aren't working, but you can kind of see how that works and how neat that is. These had to all be custom fit because these are not all the same size. So every one of these had to be, custom fit to work right with it. I won't pull it all the way out. They're a little tight, but there's a battery in them. They last a long time. This is a neat little kids play area under here. And you can see there's just enough space there for somebody to kind of chill out and hang out in there. Kids play areas, great things. This is a doorless closet. See how this wall kind of protrudes and goes up? And you see how we continued that design of this circle coming over here with another layered circle here. And they just did a wonderful job here with, this is a motion sensor light in here, so it came right on as I came in. Oh, wonderful job with the clients have some color-coded blue and grays. Wonderful. Way to go. So here you have the California closet organizer in here as well, and it's hidden from the room. You're able to see the window there. They did the hot and cold faucets. Again, you getting dizzy yet? Let's go way over to that corner over there and look way back here so you can get an idea of size. All right? Pretty big size room, right? Now, you need to go into this corner and look back. We're going to just change places here so you can get an idea of size again. Looks like they've got a dresser here that they're ready to put in. I'll just get that out of the way so you can get the look here, how this goes back here. And just a nice room. Who wouldn't love to have a room like this? A kid, teenager, it's kind of that gap in between. There's more of a kid room over here. We created a Jack and Jill bath between these bedrooms. Here's a Jack and Jill bath idea, again with the lighted faucet. And we had this angle wall because there's a stairs going up to that loft. And look how that was created using the right mirror to just fit this area nicely. Because we're using circles in the room, guess what we used for the handles? Little circle handles. And we debated whether they should be this way or that way, because there's a little finger hold there or a little finger hold here. And just lots of fun things that go into it. Here we have the Jack and Jill bath between the two. And fun mirror that's over here, kind of imitates some of the glass work up here. They did a great job with the toilets. We're going to have trouble getting a toilet paper holder in here, so using a portable stand for toilet paper is the idea. Another hydronic water heated type rack over here. And if you come all the way into the room here, if you could stand over there, I'm going to close this door. Again, look how we have the obscured glass here. Okay, and you can close it here. So the toilet and the tub are separated between the two bedrooms, the blue circular bedroom there, and we're going to go into another bedroom here that I think is one of the neater bedrooms we've done in a while. Just there's no decoration in the house, but I think you get the idea. Stand back there just a bit. Okay, here the light just went on. It's not a very bright light, I'm afraid, but and if I keep walking up the stairs, I'm going to hit my head. But I'm 6'2", and I probably have about 6 foot or maybe 5'11" up here. This is a unique closet arrangement. It's a doorless closet. Come on in and take a peek. Get a little closer. So we have this walking up here, and these rods here, and some bookshelves here. Again, all done with the California closet type organizers. Spot to put some shoes down here maybe. And why do we have this built up as the stairs? You'll see that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to trade places with you now. Now my cameraman is taller than I am, so to turn around and be careful there. But there you are. You're on top. From there you can see the Jack and Jill bathroom idea. And this room is all decorated in kind of a purple and a blue. And they're going to do some things in here with Monsters Inc., I think. So we kind of picked the Sully colors of the blues and the purples for here. And here's what you see of those Disney alcoves that I was showing you, of the different things you can get. And if we go down in here, if I can hit the light here, this is why this is built up. Remember I said you're going to see why that's built up for that stairs, because this is a doorless closet there. And I haven't gone down in here in a while. And I'm a fairly big person. So I'm going to go down in here, and then I'm going to invite you to follow me. And my little adventure here. And I'm still going downstairs here. I haven't hit bottom yet. Okay, I'm still going down. Come on in. Come on in. Being that I'm a tall person, and I'm sitting here, I'm still sitting straight up, okay? So light under here. There's an outlet here so somebody could plug in a game of some sort. This is a hangout area for kids. What is this, 3 feet wide, 3.5? Maybe 4 or 5 feet wide this way, and a lot more with the stairs going down. We're gonna, my cameraman's bigger than me, and I'm a pretty big guy. He's not as big this way though. So let's try to trade places here, shall we? I feel sorry for you folks. You are really going for a ride here. But I want to show you the way up. How it looks with somebody going up, that is. I think you know the way. There you are. I'm going to go up around the corner. So you are actually in the basement area, about halfway between the first floor and the basement. And so this was built down as an undercubby. A lot of work goes into these things. Very hard to put this on paper for design. So a lot of this is created in the field. We know kind of where we're going. I remember with this client, it's been a long time. I remember with this client, I said, don't worry, we'll get it right. And she trusted us, and I appreciate that. The lady more so than the guy, because not the trust, but this was kind of her pet project. Come on up. All right, enjoy the walk up there while I catch my breath. And here you see how these how the room feels from this side. If you could go over in that corner, let's get that corner. Always like to get the corners again. You can look back this way. This is what's going into the Jack and Jill bath. And there's the, we didn't try to do too much with the blue and the purple because, or the pinkish purple, because we wanted to keep that, it's too bright of a color. So we wanted to keep that subtle, just on a couple of walls over there and over here. And we'll go back out into where we first started. Boy, these clients pick the densest carpet I've felt, I think, in years. It's just wonderful. They did a really great job with the dense carpet in here. I want to show you something in here. This is, again, motion activated. Another waterfall sink. Remember the bathroom over there, which is being used for the private to the bedroom. So this is a powder room. I'm going to try to put you in this powder room and close the door, but I'd also like to trade places with you so you can look out and see where the proximity is to the rest of the room. Take a look out here, the angle that's out in the kitchen. I think you really get a good long angle view from there. Take my shoes and put them on the tile, that's better. A little built-in cabinet over here. Again, I just like to use the space. I think I showed that to you before. This is that other side of that angled wall that faces, even though it's squared this way, it's angled, it's triangular. So that's what fits that picture I was talking about. Now, if we could close this door here, boy, be careful now. Okay. And the color of that wall, we tried to pick something that would look like the color of the wood. Yeah, since wood is varied color, you can just have to pick one color that kind of goes with it. Because when you're out in the living room, if you stand over here in the middle of the big grand circle and look back in this direction, you can see how we want that to all be one thing of brown. We don't want this to look like white and brown, and it's too many colors. We have this going already. So choosing this as one block of brown, that's your main view in. You're not always going to have this door closed, even though you should maybe, for privacy's sake, or just not to see inside the bathroom. We want to make it look like you can keep the door open and still have a good look. So this is the kids' bedroom side. Follow me around this way. You can go around either way, but we're going to go up the stairs here. And this is going up into the loft. We have some lights that are here. Excuse me. And light up the way as you go up the stairs. And we start transitioning. Our carpet here is that very dense, beautiful carpet. We start going from that medium wood color to a dark wood color. Look at what we've done here. We start transitioning. We have a little groove here. Color, build out. Okay, and step right on up, as they say. I'm going to close this door for a moment. Love this area, just love the area, and so many little things that were done here to make this area look nice. On paper, this area had a curved wall here, which you see. On paper, it was just a wall going up, straight up. We decided, I should say the owners and I decided we needed to do something to make this area special, and I was starting to suggest things. I said, let's do this stripe idea. 3 stripes, 1, 2, 3. And each one is a shelf, but one's a little shorter than the other. Ultimately, they ended up putting an electric fireplace here. Look at that light fixture. Did a nice job of that. The client surprised me so many times on various jobs, and the client very good taste with the light fixtures. Little piece over here over the window. I just thought that was very nice, just to have that little piece over the window. And you look at how this kind of is built out here with the second layering. This is all layered drywall. This is not just a paint stripe. This is a piece of drywall that's been built out and layered. And I want you to stand over here and look and get the whole impression of this, okay? Oh, you're really getting dizzy now, aren't you? So this is going to be a desk area where you are, but stand way back over there, way back over there. Okay, there you go. That's about it. All right, so this is kind of a quasi-desk area. You see we have a window over here. This area is infused with daylight. We want to try to push daylight through this window. So if you take a look over here, love the handles up here. Just this whole house is like a study in handles. Love this exotic handle. They've done a great job with some closet organizers here. And a lot of decisions are being made. Well, where do we start and stop colors? Where do we start and stop this pattern that comes out here? We just did a straight line and did a dark color. If this would have all been a white wall, it would have looked very odd. So there we have it. Discussions on all these points while we're building them. Stay there for just a moment while I hit on some lights here, because I want you to look at what we did here on this wall. This wall here will suggest a lot of things that we've done elsewhere in the house. Stand back in that alcove. This is 3 different layers. 1 layer, 2 layer, 3rd layer under here. Carpet going on the floor, up the wall. This is all angled. I don't know if you can see that from where you are. A little lower there, it's angling up here. This is then going at a 90 degree to the angle. Now, if I'm hanging pictures and I hang a picture straight, it's going to look odd. When you hang your pictures, you have to hang them on a slight angle. I just think it's gorgeous. I think it's gorgeous. Take a look now when you come in here. This is setting the tone for what's happening up here. We have the carpet for the baseboards. And I want to just show you how when you walk into the area, if I can, I didn't turn on all the lights, I'm sorry. I'm trying to hit all of the influential lights here. There we go. Okay, come on up here. Just stay right where you're at. I want to move away just a little bit. What do we have here? What a lounge area. This is an upper lounge. An upper lounge area where you can seat people all the way around this gorgeous countertop. All the way around here. 3 people here, then a divider. Because how do you make a circle like this? You want to make it in divisions because it just makes more sense. Look at that. You can sit like this. And why are we sitting here? Besides talking to each other, beautiful way to talk to people. When you look over the top, what do we see? Let's see. There we go. We're looking down below at that entry when we came in, where we keep going back. Those are those light pieces I was talking about. And right ahead of you, if you go up just a little bit, I think that's about a 60-inch TV set. And this is a video gaming place extraordinaire. Look at how we put in the cup holders here for some salt and pepper and a couple of sodas. On all of these, here, and here, in 4 areas. You can be playing video games here to your heart's content, or just watching the ball game around a bar. It's kind of the ultimate bar. Just wonderful, because most bars you sit sideways to people. This one, everybody sees everybody. It's like a huge 13-foot diameter table sitting around here. 3, and 3, 9 people easy here. Now, if you're going to be sitting here and you're going to have spectators watching you play video games, you just want to add some more seating, this is a couch platform. And notice how we come up here, and the couch platform comes up 7 inches. And look at what we did with the carpet. The carpet is on the platform. The carpet is over here. Darker color carpet, the lighter color, medium carpet, you know what I mean? Medium dark. Going around the circle here. Look at what we did on the wall over here. If you go way over to that corner over there, that's a little wet bar over there, but don't worry about that. We'll see that in a moment. Look over here as to what we did here. Smooth again. Smooth. Hard to do in drywall plaster. Smooth finish. And the grooves in it. The feeling of what we're trying to do with the tubes down below coming up through. Look at the ceiling here. Look at the light fixture. Things had to be thought about. Like this light fixture, how high should it be? We sat here, the client sat here on folding chairs, and I held up a ruler and different pieces showing them where this should be, where the TV should be, and relativity to it so everybody could see it. We want you to see that light fixture. We want it to be in the presence of the room, but we don't want it to overtake the room or be in front of the TV. So everything is very important as to how high things are. Then we went to the lighting store, BBC Lighting in this case in Milwaukee, and tried to pick fixtures that were the right girth and the right heading. If I could have, I would have made that even bigger, but it just looks right now, and I'm not even sure that would make it bigger. You look at the track lighting here, how we're hiding the track lighting curved here. As we look in here, we wanted to bring in this red color, and we needed to have this track lighting swing this way so we could see that red color, because without that track lighting lit up here, this area here kind of becomes not as good. See? You just don't see the colors. There we go. So, Make sure I got all my lights on here. And over here. Okay, so here we have it. Couch platform. Right behind you over here is another platform for a chair. So you have a stuffed chair that can go right here. We have a little reading lamp over the stuffed chair, kind of directing the light back here. Take a look at the peekaboo area, I call it, just a little detail area, where this area follows that angled area that we had when we came in. So if you step back a couple of steps, you'd see how that angled area imitates that area. Sculpture again. This is a piece of sculpture coming out of the wall, following that angle area to this angle area this way. Did the one groove there just to kind of pick up on that. And then this picks up on the other side of the room if you went beyond it. So that this all has a sense to it, a flow to it. What we went by here, I want to show you the two items we went by. We went by a bathroom and a wet bar, but I'm going to save that for the way back, okay? So let's go back over here. I was touching some switches, and I'm sad to say I didn't see the lights go on because I really wanted to see these lights go on. But alas, they're not. These are going on. This is for a pool table or a ping pong table. Big room here. Again, look at the angle we have going here. What I really wanted to show you was we have lighting up here. We have some LED lighting that changes colors that's up here. They might be down in the cabinet. I'm going to try one last stab at this. Take a look at the half closet I have here. The half closet is a fun thing. This goes in back of the couch platform, and you can put some nice pieces here. Then you have this beautiful little half cabinet here. And we do have a transformer here for the lights that are up there, as well as an access into the attic that is on the side attic there. Here's a transformer for the LED lights. But they look so beautiful when they're lit up. You wouldn't believe how much light they put off into what is considered a dark area here. But there is light up here. There's a light channel. This is a piece of wood. Yeah, maybe you can see that. There's light up here, and we have this angled ceiling. You can see how we're carrying that flow again with the angle here, the grooves coming down, the baseboards that are made out of carpet. This area here, 52% humidity, too high. It would have a pub table for watching the pool table, and over here another pub table. Remember down below when we first saw the house, we saw the 3 windows that belonged to the bathroom? These are the 4 windows you saw on the right side of the house. And there's where they are located. And just a big area. So let's go in that corner of the room and look over. This is another access to an attic. So we won't worry about that, but an access panel to a side attic. And I'll go in that corner of the room and look over there. Okay. Boy, oh boy, I give a hand to you folks for sticking with this for the length of time and the dizziness that I'm sure we're causing you. But there you have it. And if you can go in that corner of the room, and this is a big room. There we are. All right. And then as we're going back, I want you to look at how the flooring's done here with the carpet edge. Okay. Now we'll go and see the 2 areas that I didn't show you before. A little bit of a cleanup still going on here. But refrigerator goes in here. There's a wine grotto, a little wine refrigerator that's been pushed into the wall there. An area here over the refrigerator. And an area here for your wet bar. Again with the beautiful handles. Some cabinets here. Look at the way we've cut that to go with the door so the door can stay open. And the door goes to a small, well-lit laundry room. Laundry room. To a small, well-lit area here that is for a bathroom. Take a look at some of these. I enjoy doing things that are a little different. And here we've played around with mirrors. These mirrors hang up on these screws here, and the reason they hang up on these screws here is so they imitate what's going on here. We need a mirror over here. We talked about how to maybe make that kind of match with the frame of here. We added that on. We had to do this twice because we wanted to get this to be just as wide as these mirrors. We hadn't gotten the mirrors yet, and how this Goes on here. And it just works. Doesn't that look beautiful? Just works. Little sink action, little water heated towel rack there, 5-foot shower stall, dark colored ceiling, real funky lighting fixture. Doug, the owner, added a lot of LED lights, much to everybody's benefit on that. Appreciate that. So stand one more time. Let's go way back to that side if you can, Mr. Cameraman. And let's get this whole room in a long shot from that one corner right there. There you are. You're right there. No, stop. Oh, boy, you guys must be getting real dizzy. All right. There we are. I'm going to add the light here so that you are not completely in the dark. Oops. All right. I turned on the fan by accident. Now let's go over in that corner. Get an idea of the size. Okay. We are angled again, angled in the other direction. See how that goes? So it's both sides of the room are going like this. And I think that's enough. Let me turn off the fan I turned on. There we go. And let me turn off these lights so that we don't have running up the electric bills for the clients. Is not a good idea. And again, with the windows here, adding the daylight through the room, through that room-to-room window into the bathroom. Look at the way that our carpenter Tom did a nice job detailing out our wall here. Isn't that nice? We went to the dark wood up here. Now we're going to transition back to the lighter wood. You can see that we have the one handle here that's in the dark wood, and then we went with the medium color over here. Come on down. Curved stairwell, isn't that pretty? Curved stairwell. Well, let's see. I'm going to take you downstairs and get a peek down here. Wide stairs, 4 feet wide. Turn on the lights in here, and you can come down anytime. Slow goes. And we're going to show you some special things down here. Okay. I'm going to see if I can do the one item that I love to do. I don't think I can. I'm not going to try at this point because I don't want to screw up anything. The owners have some of these things changed since I've been here. So you're now standing in the bar area. This white bar is a underlit corian top. It lights up various colors. Underneath, sometime I'd love to show it to you. Maybe we'll have to get some what we call B-roll and insert this later. But this underlights and it changes colors. It coincides with this bar, which is a mid bar, which does the same thing. It underlights. And the color goes and lights up the entire countertop. So we can seat 4 or 5 stools here, 4, 5, or 6 here, one on each end. Love the back bar here. Hope you do too. Take a look. The back bar here has this beautiful piece. I don't even want to tell you what it is because you're not going to guess what it is until you look. Come on around the back. Get a closer look at this. Take a look at this. Doesn't this look gorgeous? And it follows around here. It has a nice texture to it. This is Formica. Formica product. Isn't that wonderful? It's in their Effects product line. We have the same thing here. We have this imitated over here. It's a busy piece, so we don't want to add too much of it, but here you have a TV wall potentially. These tall doors here. Take a look again what we did. Down here, we're transitioning from the rounds that were upstairs, all those rounds and curves. Down here, it's all squares, and we're trying to go with black and white. So we're really changing the attitude down here. We're going black and white, all squares. Dishwasher under here. Big sink over here. You've got all of the makings of a kitchen over here. If you look here, you'll see how this is all set up. Beautiful range. These are the wine grottos I was talking about. And range hood. Look at what we did here to try to get the square to come out. we put the handles on both sides. This was all debatable stuff, because here you have two of them that make a square just by one on each door, but we couldn't just have a half a square. So here we have two on one door. Here we have one and one. Here we have drawers that are spread this way. Isn't that fun? And door and door to kind of make, well, this is a pull-out for a recycler, but door and door to kind of make that work. And it's just neat decisions that have to be consciously made throughout the process. Here we have a fireplace which can go on, and I don't know what I just did. I probably shouldn't have just done anything, so I'm going to turn that off. Cabinet over refrigerator. This was a long process. These were originally 24-inch refrigerators. We ended up reordering cabinets, remaking soffits. The end of the product is it all turned out very nicely, and I'm very happy for it. We've got the two refrigerators, one here, one there. Some nice lighting here. See what we've done to this room. This is actually a drop ceiling here. And this drop ceiling, we've painted a dark color in it, so it looks like it goes up. Over here we have a ceiling that does go up. There's a light channel that matches the light that's going on in here, that is right in here, and it lights up with LED lights on this square. Beautiful little ice cube pendants hanging down. Over here, some more beautiful ice cube pendants hanging down. You can stay right there. I'm going to go around to this side. Just want to show you. This is the movie screen. This is, I think, 103 or 108 or something in that nature. Beautiful light fixture, looks very Hollywood, very elegant. This is another light channel. So this light channel can stay the color of what's behind the screen. We have a light channel or lighting LED behind the screen here, as well as the overhangs on the bar. So you're getting this, say you choose blue, you can choose your color or you can just let it rotate. So you have a blue light chasing around, or just in one color around the top. It looks like a neon stripe going around the top, and one behind here. We had an extra piece of material left over. This bar was made for that bar, but it was made a little bit off size. New one had to be ordered. It was not our fault. The countertop people said, oops, they'll give us a new one. They were ready to throw this in the dumpster, and the owner was here. And the owner said, I'm going to keep that in my garage. I looked at it, and I looked at this space, and I made a suggestion that we put this here to imitate what's going on the other side of the room, to bookend the room, as my term keeps going, to bookend. It looks great. We had some extra material left over for flooring upstairs. We said, you know what? This would be the perfect area to do that if you spilled something. It just looks kind of like a stage. It reminds us of having a stage. Bring some of the color from that into here. Looks gorgeous. Insets. You see how this has been inset. If you walk around this way, we've tried to hide a lot of our lighting on the ceiling. See the track lights here? So this wall is blasting with light, but yet you can have your theater on. Whoa, be careful on that tile. We have some ceramic tile on the floor there. Cameraman just met that. So this inset here, where you would hang a piece of art, a movie poster, something similar on both, hopefully, as far as how it's framed. You can see here how we've created this beam effect throughout the room. We have a beam effect here, a beam effect there. These insets imitate what's happening on the other side of the room. They're precisely matched. Again, the bookending. So we've got an inset here, which is a doorway with black paint going around it, or the dark, actually it's called black fox, it's like a dark brown. We have a bathroom over here, and let me just turn this up all the way. Maybe I am up all the way. Client picked a beautiful sink here, and here we have some more handles that are a little different. Nice area here, again with the hydronic towel rack there. Look at these handles, aren't those gorgeous? Just love those handles. Every room. This is a very simple room, but look at what we've done with some of we've put a beam kind of strutting into here. Did a little color splash here. Did some magazine holders back here, if you can see that well enough. Some magazine racks here. Of course, nowadays people use iPads. You just put your iPads in there, I suppose. And there you go. You come out into this area. Remember I talked about the columns? We've got the column there, column here, columns on the ceiling, columns going over. And this column is hollowed out, so you can put some DVD storage here, and this can be where your electronics, it is, where you can, not that it can be, where your electronics go for operating the theater. This is set up to operate a theater on that back wall. So say you're going to be playing video games, and on this wall, say you're going to be watching Christmas specials with half of the other part of the family at the gathering. So you come down here. I've got to close this door because I want to show you something. Go all the way back to where we came down the stairs. Whoa, you're going for a ride. There you go. Wow, okay. You need some Dramamine when we're done with this one. Look what we've done back here with this obscured glass, kind of contemporary obscured glass. Gives you the impression maybe you're looking outside the house because we're using a different color of light back here. We also have the ability to turn off some of the lights here. Let me show you the effect of that. Still stays lit up. Looks very pretty in this area if you come through. By the way, the step up here for this carpeted step up, you can come on in a little closer, is meant for visibility in the dark. We want to keep enough distance between here and here. We can do this with lights as well, but you put your sofas up here. This will actually fit 2 sofas, I believe, or a love seat and a sofa, and this will fit another full sofa on the floor here. So you have all the benches back here. I'd like you to stand in this corner over here, and let's get the whole peak of the room here. So I'm standing up here, and I'm going to walk around the back side here and try not to trip on that tile. Here you see it over here, standing on this side. So we can be sitting here watching the movie screen. Go in that corner over there. Let's get the same impression. I'm going to show you how this all looks. Okay, there you have it there. And now let's get behind here. If you can come behind here, Mr. Cameraman, and look what it would look like if you were sitting there and watching a movie. Okay, and there you are. You're seated at the bar. You have some people seated right here, some more people here, the big movie screen here, the light coming out from around it, the light around the top of the ceiling. What an exciting thing, huh? And while you're standing there, I want to show you some floor detail. If you could come around and take a peek just right on this floor. Let me turn on the lights again here so that we get the full effect, what we're looking at here. This is a vinyl floor, and a vinyl floor was ordered for the house, and we wanted to make it look not like a vinyl floor. So here you see we broke the pattern. This is a strip of vinyl, and this is a big piece of vinyl. You see how these don't line up with these? You can only do that with ceramic tile normally, but we did that to give it again the illusion that we've done this a little different. If you look from this side, this goes with this banner. Excuse me, with this column banner. Where'd I get that from? Column here. This column goes all the way down here too. You see how this matches this, but this is going through here differently. So again, it looks like we put this in as ceramic tile inlay when it's actually just a vinyl type product. Underneath here, this is all a light box built out of wood and drywall. It has our LED lights under it, and it supports our Corian countertop. And I've got another really cool room to show you. It's the last room in the house, unless we want to count the mechanical room, which we of course need to count. But I want to show you this room, which is really a big favorite. You stand right there at the opening, and I'm going to close this door here. Okay. Here's the thing. This owner did not have this room designed originally. We started building the house, and I think we did anyway, if I remember my timeline right. It's been so long. And they, at some point late in the game, said, let's finish out this room too. And this was just going to be a basic carpeted room. But look at what we've done here with the carpet. We've taken the carpet and we put it into the room with this square, so it matches the color that's right where you're standing. We also repeated it down here. So we are making a mosaic out of carpet. We've also taken our beam effect, which is in the other room. We don't want to just create something out of nothing. We want this to look like it belongs to the rest of the house down here. This beam effect goes over the ceiling and down here. It's repeated here It's repeated here, and it's repeated here. So you have these concentric beams going on. Now the owner wanted a spot where they could take a Nerf ball and throw it around and rumpus around with the kids, little grandkids and whatnot. They just want to have a fun time. They want an area where they can really stretch out and just bang things around. So we had to pick lights. And by the way, we could have done can lights here, but our wood was in the wrong spots. We wouldn't have been able to center them. They would have had to been off center, and it just would not have looked right. So we found these lights, which are LEDs that take a high impact, not real expensive, which is always a benefit. And we took these fluorescent ones in the middle that have full covers on them. And this could be an exercise room, of course, but they really want this to be more of a rumpus room. They did a really large window here, which on the plan was 4 feet. In reality, it became 5 feet. Everything had to be readjusted because of it. So it's one of the reasons our lights didn't quite fit where they were supposed to, because the flooring system was set for a 4-foot window here. So a big snapping turtle was in there one day. It was incredible. Anyway, here we have this color stripe. You see how we kind of matched it with the wall color? And we have these 2 closets here. Let me show you something in here. I just reached in and the motion sensor turned it on. I didn't touch anything. This is above you where we're coming down into that play space. Okay? So if you come under here, Mr. Cameraman, look there. This is where the play space is. Okay? Remember it says half in the basement and half up? This is the underbody of the play space. Okay? And as long as you're in this corner, shoot back at the rest of the room. We've created a little space here to maybe put the Nerf balls, or just a 1-foot deep cabinet with a kind of a minty countertop for mica. Again, put the dark brown there, the dark brown there, so it kind of leads into the dark brown you see way back there. We're trying to look at a complete room shot and go through that door and imagine some of that color should be here, that you see beyond it. And then we bookend the room again, always a safe thing to bookend. That's the one lesson we're taking out of the day. There you go. Look at the way we've taken those stripes from the ceiling and carried that onto the floor. So those are going around with this lighter color stripe. And the room is very well lit. If you want a room to feel bigger, light it from your edges. Here we have a surround sound that's been put in here. I don't know if it's actually surround sound or just some extra speakers, but we have a couple of speakers up here on the ceiling. You can see them kind of painted in. And the TV could go here if you were going to do an exercise room or just a media room. We have a darn good media room in there, so we might not need that. But an exercise room here, your machines could be looking at the TV there. And then here, a little extra storage in case it's going to be a bedroom. See the rod over here? Isn't that nice? All right. Again, look at the handles here. Remember, we have green on the walls in here. Look at what's there. Those lights will go off, by the way, by themselves because they're on motion sensors and time sensors. Here we've used an angled corner throughout the entire room. We wanted to create the look of carved stone in this whole basement. So every one of these columns has this angled corner on it, which is kind of a nice idea. We want it to stay square down here, remember. You've seen no curves down here, so we're doing everything with squares. Even the handles, everything's squared. And a lot of black and whites, but in this room, introducing kind of the light green mint effect. You've got the glass door here, so if this was going to be a playroom, and it was a little too noisy for the movie, there you've got the clear glass door over there. So I think you've seen most everything in this room. We'll take one look at that mechanical room. We actually have 2 mechanical rooms. One is underneath the swimming pool, and that's over here. And by the way, you see we have our track lights hidden up here to kind of light up this back area. This is the swimming pool maintenance type room. Was built, the house ended right where you're standing with the camera normally. This room was created inside of that beyond the patio doors. So there's the big air ducting system, and here are a lot of the other pool systems here. And there you see a separate electric panel for the rest of it. So we'll turn off the lights here, and we'll leave that door open because that was open when we came. I'm going to go into the mechanical room here, if I can. Here we are. This over here, This is one of the neater mechanical rooms I've been a part of, I must say, and a lot of it has to do with the with the owner's brother, who did a wonderful job on the hydronic system. But all of these are operating things that are in that room, from the systems that underlight the cabinets to the sound systems, underlight the countertops. If you come back here, yes, I know it's not a extraordinarily clean house right now, but just look at the quality of work that was done, with everything from sweating the pipes to how orderly everything is put together and labeled. Our friends at Dave Jones did a great job with the York heating system. After a few tweaks, they got it to be up to the owner's satisfaction and ours as well. This was the larger refrigerator that was upstairs. Now a basement relic, hopefully to be used someplace well. We have a window in here that's going to give a little bit of natural daylight if the heat were to electric were to give out. Just a storage area, more or less. But over here is the door that goes into the garage. A lot of flies on the floor there, so I don't suggest we go out there. But there's a nice, easy access up that door. I'm going to turn off the lights maybe on the other way, on the way out. Let's go over and take a look at the other way out. If you don't mind, I'll turn that off. And a very small foyer here, but just enough to have a little bit of vinyl down here. And so we can open up the door here. And there's a spring on this, but you can see, oh, mostly crickets, I guess, not flies. And you can see that how this goes up the stairs as well. So you have the other door right behind me right here. So when you're coming down the stairs, let's say you're entertaining, you can go into the entertaining area. But let's say you're just carrying down long stuff. We have a straight path to go into the long stuff. So if you're carrying stuff down for storage, that's what that does. And slam it goes, off it goes. Well, folks, I hope you appreciated some of the details that are in this house. I could have spent a lot more time here. I wish I could have showed you those light-up countertops and the light-up LEDs, but maybe on a next one we'll do that. Until next time, this has been a very long-winded Tom Hignite, and we'll see you on our next Gorilla Shoot.